Hello everyone, and welcome to Slay the Princess. This is a game I've been quite excited to play for a while, alongside a few others, because I know a good bit about this game, but I haven't played it for myself, so there's a lot I still don't know about it. I mean, I know roughly each main route, because I did play the demo. Pretty thoroughly too, because I love the demo. I love its unique style, the concept of the game, its themes, the monochromatic, like, all hand-drawn style. It just really caught my attention, which sometimes games do. Like, they'll catch my attention, and I can't quite put my finger on why, other times I can. But this game, I love it. And it's one of the ones I really wanted to do a video on. At least one episode, hopefully a full playthrough, because I could break it down into one route per episode, essentially. Maybe might do more, depends on how I'm feeling. And alongside this, I also wanted to eventually do videos on Ast Libra, some more House Flipper 2, and then when I get it, Monster Con, which is the fourth game in the Monster Prom series, as well as also doing a video on Monster Prom 1 and 2, like at least a full playthrough of them. Because they're shorter videos, and it's content, which means I actually get to get content. As some of you may have noticed in the bottom right, we have this little dude here who is talking when I talk. This is one of my little characters. They were drawn by the wonderful Art Quest for a video they did, actually. I had no idea they were doing this at the time, and I joined the call way later than I was supposed to, but they gave me permission to use this little guy for my own videos, so I will be sure to link their video where he originally comes from, or where they originally used them, as well as link their channel and their Blue Sky and Twitter, I believe. The reason I say I believe is because I'm not entirely sure if I have their Twitter, but I know I have their Blue Sky. Anyway, let's get right into it. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
This is, already starting off, this is another reason I really liked the game. Just, it's all voice acted, which I love for visual novels when they're fully voice acted, to help immerse you in what the characters are supposed to sound like or do sound like. I'm gonna try not to interject too much, because there's a lot to go through from what I remember from the demo. So I will set it auto, and I will try to only talk at choices.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Now, something I really like about this is it's just such a simple concept. You're here to slay the princess, and if you don't, the world ends. That's all you're told. And then you get this, like, a list of options to choose from. From what I remember, I think in the demo, it was, like, stylized to be, like, a paper scroll, which I did like, but at the same time, it was a bit distracting because you wouldn't get to see the environment as much. There might have also been reasons they changed it. Anyway.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people.
Well, that's not good.
You have to put an end to her.
I like people, I think. At least the people I know. Most of the people I know I like. There's some I don't like. But I wouldn't wish death upon them. Unless I was really mad at them. Yeah, but how can a princess locked away in the basement in the world? Well, from what I remember from the demo, she changes.
Linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Okay. Yeah, do you have any evidence to back this up? Because...
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Okay, now, see, you say that, why would I be here unless it was to complete a very important task? There's a few holes in that logic. Such as, A, how do we know the task we're here to complete is slaying the princess? You just told us that's what we're here for, but we don't necessarily know that's why we're here. And B, we could be here for any number of reasons aside completing the task. I mean, we did just wake up here. Yeah.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
I do love the narrator.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time
both
by
can be
asking
true,
how I know that, let me
right?
suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
I mean...
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Yeah, I suppose he has a point. If it's a guarantee that the princess leaving the cabin ends the world, it doesn't matter if she ends the world because she's locked up. If her leaving guarantees the world ends, whether she wants to or not, then you can't let her out.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
I do love this whole argument. It is one of my favorites. Because, like, especially because of my the history class I've been learning. We've been learning all about the origins of knights and the whole idealizing princesses as fair maidens and that they shouldn't actually be with them, and that for the longest time they were actually just kind of hired thugs instead of actual noble defenders.
Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off.
Well, of course I'm reluctant.
Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
All you've told me is that she needs to be slain. You've not... That's essentially all you've done. Like, yeah, you've said she'll end the world, or that the world will end if she gets out, but how do you know that? You haven't... Yeah,
of
I think
course
it's learned that maybe I'm okay with the world ending.
Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Well, maybe I do.
I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Do nihilists want the world to end? Don't they just, like, think that there's no point in anything that we do in the world, and that it'll all end eventually? They don't necessarily want it to end, they just think that that it's going to end no matter what, so why bother, right? Nihilism. Yeah, the rejection against certain aspects of existence, focusing on the idea that life has no inherent meaning or purpose. Though I don't know if that's the same as wanting the world to end. That's just seeing no purpose in living in the world. Do I get some sort of reward?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Of course, obviously. Can you tell me what my prize is for going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Oh my goodness. it'll be 9,000 free Steam games. That's amazing.
Are you serious?
I'm forgetting it. I'm not doing it
No,
though.
you have to do it.
But why though? Yeah, look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. And if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance. Literally!
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
And again, how do you know it's the end of the world and not the end of your world?
You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
But, like, literally, as I was saying, how do we know it's not the end of... Like, you say it's the end of the world, but how do we know it's not just the end of your life? Because my favorite argument... Well, not favorite argument, favorite example of this is... Recently, I've been rewatching Future Diary, because I've had nothing else to watch. Anyway, when Yuki first gets a dead end, he's like, what the hell happened to the future? And Yuno corrects him, no, it's your future, not the future. It only applies to you. The rest of the world keeps spinning. Anyway, yeah, like I'm applying that argument here. How do we know it's not the end of your world, and not the world?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
The cabin.
The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Hold on, let me save real quick. I do love the whole... I don't know how to describe it, like shifting line art. Like how it's like semi-shifting back and forth between two rough lines to make it seem like it's moving but also stationary. I really like that. And I also like how when you move your mouse, the environment shifts with it. Because I've played many a visual novel and I can't think of any besides this one that have done this. And I think the only reason it can really do this is because it's a limited environment. From what I remember, like, everything takes place in this cabin. Well, the woods outside, the cabin, and the basement. Sure, let's take the blade just in case.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Oh, the music stopped.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Okay.
Who's there?
Oh.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
What did you say? She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Okay. I guess this is a good point to save, yeah. I guess... Hi?
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Okay.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Huh. No, no, what? No way, what would you think? I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife, and the two of us just talk?
Or we could
Look
talk
how
with
reasonable
me
she's being.
holding
You should just drop the
knife.
blade and talk things out. Don't you dare.
See, because that
It's
sounds
fine.
reasonable.
We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Yeah, we'll drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an
Okay.
unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
I don't know why I'm trembling like a little bitch, but
Against your better judgment,
I mean, she does
you
have these
step
cold,
forward
piercing
to speak
eyes.
with the princess
She looks
face
dead
to
inside.
face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
okay.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it is pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
Yeah, just, you're supposed to end the world. Be
Don't
straight
just
up
tell
honest.
her that.
Why would I not tell her that? Does she not know?
Is that
Oh.
why they threw me down here?
She doesn't know,
But I
okay.
don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world. I think.
Real.
I don't remember much about
I
it, to be
think.
honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of
Uh-huh.
ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous? I was hoping you would tell me. Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
And if you did, you wouldn't tell me.
I believe her.
I don't.
She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
Exactly. And even if she is capable and knows how,
At the end of the
why
day,
would she tell us
whatever
she's
the
capable
two of
and
us
knows
have
how?
going on down here is about trust.
I mean, essentially?
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
I mean,
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
they told us
So,
why
I could tell
you
you
were
that
a
I'd
threat
lead
to
a
the world,
quiet
but
life
not
in the woods,
how
or
you
that
were
I'd
a
open
threat
an
to the world
orphanage,
is the
or
problem.
that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear.
Like, literally, it is
But
about
you don't
trust.
really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation
No,
like this?
she has a strong point, like...
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Yeah, but your word is worth just about as much.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose
Both
everything,
can be true.
all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Because she has a point, it is about trust. We really don't know either side making the claim, and we don't know why they're making their claims. But the narrator is also right. See, even if the narrator's wrong, do we want to take the risk of letting her free and dooming the entire world? Because assume the narrator is right, and that letting her out ends the world. He has no way to guarantee to us that's how it is. So it's more or not if we want to risk that outcome at all. Which is very interesting. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
No time
Again, she
period?
offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Any honorific? What's an odd honorific? Hold on. Honorifics. Let's see. What's a good honorific for you? No, I don't care about the Japanese honorifics. Oh, Mr. and Miss are honorifics? Or am I just being lied to? I can't remember. How would I get you out of here?
Can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then.
No, I do not have the
I'm
key.
sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't,
Uh-huh.
well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Yeah, you look evil. Like,
Her sharp
really
eyes
evil in
settle
that
on the
frame.
edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting.
Oh, you mean cut off her
Right?
arm?
She is. I'm sure of it.
I mean, I'm not against it, but that is a pretty high up cut for how big that shackle is. You would bleed out and be in a lot of pain.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
No, yeah, you're getting locked away down here.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Yeah. Because I need to know you
Leaving
more to
her
decide whether or
alive is
not you're
too
good or not.
risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
It's a few more hours.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
Yeah, see, that's a clear threat, and if you think
You
you
have
can...
to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right
Yeah,
one.
no, you're definitely evil. Yeah, you're evil.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
Oh!
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure,
Damn.
the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on
Okay.
the basement floor, the princess
She's got her
kneels
ass
on your
handed to
throat
us.
with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity.
Oh,
You
okay.
shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Oh,
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs.
I do love the vivid
This is the
description
end,
of the death,
isn't it?
though. That is...
I'm afraid it is.
It's...
Everything goes dark, and you die.
not morbid. I mean, it is morbid, but morose, I think is the word I'm looking for. Morosely satisfying.
You're
Maybe
on a
morbid is the
path
better
in the
word.
woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So this is chapter 2, the tower. Let me save. Yeah, I'm getting a sense of deja vu. We did this
A
before.
terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
No, it's not, though.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Okay.
What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her.
Okay.
But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
So now we have a new voice. The Broken? I'm trying to remember if that was also in the demo. It's been ages since I've done the demo. Because I remember... I think... Wait, isn't there a... Okay, I guess there's not. I thought there was a thing that viewed... I swear I remember seeing a thing about that that views what you've done and what you haven't done. Is there not? Maybe I'm tripping. This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did.
Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Mm-hmm. Or so you say. Literally.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Yeah, you fucking will indulge me.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Uh-huh.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Okay, so you definitely do know what's going on.
Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die.
Oh, yeah, you're
What are we supposed to
definitely
do
broken.
to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless.
Yeah,
She's just a princess.
you're the voice
Slaying her
of
shouldn't
broken,
have been
alright?
difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
I mean, didn't they? Did they not?
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Exactly.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
No, that's a good
If it's
question.
the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
That's, again, only if you were correct about her bringing
If she
the end of
ended the
everything.
entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end.
You don't...
Just because she's
I hate to say it,
capable
but
of ending
Broken
the
has a
world doesn't
point
mean
there.
You're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
Like, I guess so, but if we're capable of killing the thing that can end the world... Well, no, that's making more dangerous assumptions. I was about to say, if we can kill the thing that can end the world, doesn't that mean we have the power to end the world? And which, yes, technically, but then I thought about it in the example of, oh, there's a virus that could eradicate all human life on Earth, and we make a cure that eradicates that virus. We've ended the thing. We've slain the thing that can end all life on Earth. So yeah, I suppose I suppose it would be somewhat like that. Let's see. Let's talk.
Just
Yeah,
be
let's talk
quick
about the
about
princess
it.
some more. Because you didn't tell us much about her last time. Yeah,
Like I
got
said,
any
if
tips?
she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
All she did last time around was beat me to death. How could someone like that end the world? I mean, I suppose so. But at the same time, that was like a supernatural
She
style
just
beating.
can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Okay, yeah. I think I could slay a princess.
We're not. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Broken, please.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
Yeah, thank you, hero. Thank you, voice of the
I'm
hero.
not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
No,
You're being annoying. Just
You're
ignore
being
their bickering,
annoying
and
and
whatever you do,
pessimistic,
don't
yes.
pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
Okay, so last time she beat us to death, like horrifically, when we tried to slay her. And that was like not a normal beating. That was like the narrator was describing it, that was definitely not a normal beating, so yeah, who locked her in the
People
basement?
locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods.
Again,
Don't
I
overcomplicate
suppose he's
things.
not wrong, but at the same time,
Look,
yeah.
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this.
Ooh.
Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
A prophecy.
Oh,
I do like me
I
a
didn't
good
know we were
classic
special.
prophecy.
Of course you're special.
Ooh,
Why
we're
else would you be
special.
Who cares if you think we're special?
I think
far
we're
as I
quite
can tell,
special.
The only thing special about us is that we get to experience painfully dying all
No,
over
the only thing
again.
special about us is that we just traveled either A, across time, or B, across worlds. Either way, that is some Life is Strange style shenanigans, Broken. So it's safe to say we are thoroughly special. That's for sure.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more
Have you,
detail
though?
would just overcomplicate an otherwise
No.
very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
It's a simple situation, but you not giving
The less
me
you know
everything
about her,
makes
the
the
better.
situation complicated. Well, I guess I can't ask anything else, so I suppose that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind,
I guess. No way to go but to the cabin.
a warning before you go any further.
Uh-huh.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
You said this last time,
Don't
right?
believe a word she says. Lying? Cheating? Why would she even bother? She didn't need to do anything like that last time. She caught us off guard last time. We'll be fine.
You know, I
Let's just
suppose
keep our
Broken
wits
is
about
right
us.
there. I don't think she lied or cheated
At
last
least
time.
one of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him and not that whiner. If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
Also, I would like to say, there is one late game princess that I do know about, because of an
The interior
animatic.
of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
I believe the princess is called the Grey. Anyway, this animatic caused me to look into some of the voices. Well, so I say some, but I mean all the voices. So I do love the voices. I love the designs people give them. They're silly little, like how they're all the same but different. And it's so charming. Especially, like, if I'm correct, they're all voiced by one guy. Now, I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure they're all voiced by one person.
You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
I mean, we can both be small and feel small. In this case, I think it's we feel small. Because everything else is large, Jesus. Yeah, this whole cabin looks different.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Okay. He didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall, did he not?
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar,
now,
and the door
see,
to the basement.
you're
There's nothing else
definitely
in here.
lying to me now, which means you were definitely lying to me about stuff
There's
before.
definitely a mirror.
Yeah, definitely.
There isn't.
But there is.
Who cares if there's a mirror? We're all going to die anyway. And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders of what we are. It would only make things worse. For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen. And luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage any time in the near future.
It's right there.
Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal. Probably. Do you not know what we look like?
Yeah, that is you.
He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us.
Yeah, using probably is weird there. Yeah, I do care about if I'm being lied to, because if you're lying to me now, that means you were lying to me before about stuff. Let's save again. Can never hurt to have too many saves.
Yeah, there is. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes.
I am using my eyes.
Why would I lie
the
about
mirror
something
is
so
right
meaningless?
there.
What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
I don't know, maybe fucking reflect laser beams, reflect light, use it as a shield. Wouldn't be the first time mirrors have been used as a shield. Well, we're checking out this goddamn mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door.
It's a mirror. It's not a wall, you son of a bitch.
This really isn't funny.
Yeah, we're gonna...
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
You son of a bitch.
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left
Brogan,
unseen.
I need you to... Oh, goodness.
You take the blade from the altar.
Yeah, we're taking the blade.
It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I just noticed the little pointer changes because it's not always the dagger. It's only the dagger when you pick up the dagger. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, that's a nice sound effect. The stone doors opening.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement.
I mean, it sounds kind of nice.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time.
Would slaying her be doing her a favor? I mean, if there's incense, it doesn't sound like it's the worst basement.
Need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I suppose so. I guess we only have the option to continue downward.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort.
I mean,
every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next.
Jesus.
But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
How large are these stairs? What the fuck?
The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window.
Oh, this
her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
This is beautiful.
The chain is nothing to her. It
is
might
this
as
chain
well be
shorter?
a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
Huh.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless.
Do I though?
Such charming audacity.
Maybe I'll kill you this time.
Drop it.
No!
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
It clatters uselessly to the floor.
Son of a fucking bitch.
But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just gonna let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade.
Okay. I suppose so.
Of course we dropped it.
Broken, I
She's so much
swear
more
to
than
God,
us.
I will smack some sense into you.
You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
I
understand
I
what's
think I
going
do,
on,
because
and you'd better
we are.
snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
No.
Oh, are you
Literally
still
no.
trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle,
Okay.
and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs.
Okay.
I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations.
I suppose
It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
I don't
Well, that gives
think
away the game, doesn't
I
it?
will, though.
It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson.
Yes, it did.
You are the
Kill
only
her.
one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? And you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done.
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
Yeah, my privilege is letting
There's
you
an empty
live.
place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Yeah, I'm not helping you
I
in the world.
see.
You're gonna die.
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters.
No, I'm gonna kill you.
Pick
up that needle.
Yeah, I was
Do
going
it.
to anyway.
It's what she wants. No objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
These are all grayed out.
You
I don't
reach
like that.
forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
Uh-huh.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad. Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
Indeed.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce.
Uh-huh.
The princess eyes
To define me.
What did you say? The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime. The silent anticipation of what's to come, dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What?
No.
You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
Yeah, we're gonna end this.
Oh, we'll end this all right.
Broken?
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Oh. Well, see, now I'm curious. Let's save here. You know what? This. No, we'll finish
No,
the
you
chapter
can't
2,
just
and then
slay
that'll be
yourself.
this
You're
video.
perfectly healthy and capable, and all you have to do is ignore her and do what has to be done.
Well, I'm curious now.
The blade and the hand that wields it remain firmly locked in place until you change your mind and decide to do literally anything else.
Look at you quaking against my will. It's pointless to resist. In the end, everything submits to oblivion.
Huh.
But you're not the one resisting me, are you? There's something else in there. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you?
Huh?
That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
Damn.
A shriveling little worm
Oh my
stretched
God.
beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
Jesus.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Huh? What?
You bring the blade to your neck.
Oh.
You slice through soft flesh, severing veins and arteries, your blood flowing freely down your body. It's a painful lesson in obedience, but the pain won't last forever. No.
When I see you again, you'll free me from my chains and deliver me to the destiny that lies beyond this place.
We will. I promise.
Oh.
I know you will.
What?
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Hearing them overlap is so, the apotheosis.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path... Oh, let me guess. And at the end of the path is a cabin!
Oh, I think I'm gonna like this one. He sounds sarcastic. We are gonna end this episode here, actually. I have not finished a full route. I was not expecting it to go like this. I didn't know there were chapter 3s. I thought they ended after chapter 2s, or like, because the demo ends like really at the start of chapter 2. So I'll be continuing this some other time. I'll try to record some more tomorrow, because I really like this game. I love the demo. I'm really loving where it's going, what's going on right now. I'm flabbergasted and being pulled in like a million different directions. I wanted to slay the tower originally, and then I got curious by the slay yourself option, and I was like, huh, I wonder what would happen. And so I chose it, and now we're here, I guess. And the narrator was controlled. That was crazy. I did love the way it overlapped, so you mostly heard the narrator, but you did hear like the princess like a few seconds later, or not even a few seconds, like slightly later. That's such a cool effect. Everything about this game is really cool, and I love it. And I definitely recommend you go play it for yourself if you haven't. And if you watched up to this point and you enjoy it, go get it. It's on Steam, or at the very least play the demo if you think you might be interested, because you can try your own stuff and see an earlier iteration of the game before the pristine cut. Actually, I don't even know if the demo's still even on the Steam page. I know it's on my Steam library, but anyway, that's all for this episode. Be sure to check the description for the link to the Fantastic Art Quests channel, video, and stuff like that. And I will see you all in the next episode of Slay the Princess, where we will deal with the apotheosis. Bye-bye, everyone.